Onegaishimasu. Okay, start with Zazen. Settle our weight and relax down. Not drooping or slumping, of course, but even though we relax down, spine is nice and straight. Zazen, hands resting in the lap. Let your breath sink and fill the abdomen. So let's actually do this motion for a little bit. Imagine your belly is all the way out here, stand at the belly or something like that. Breathe in, the belly expands even more. Breathe out, the belly comes back in. Breathing in, expanding, breathing out, settling back. So that's what our belly does. So let's have our hands on our belly now. Breathe in, see if you can feel your belly expand. Breathe out, your belly sinks back in towards your spine. Like there's a balloon in there. Filling the balloon in your belly as you breathe in, emptying the balloon as you breathe out. Good, now let's have that with our hands in Zazen position. Resting in the lap. Eyes are softly looking a little bit downward. Focus our mind on that good centered breathing and good shape, good posture. Senpai, go ahead and do a bow. I bow to Shomen Wall. Zazen. So as all of you know, two main focuses in Zazen. Focus on nice, good posture. Basically, the spine is long and straight, shoulders relaxed down. Chin is in a little bit, so the back of the neck is also straight. So, good posture, one main focus for the mind. The other main focus is good center breathing, abdominal breathing, not just in the chest, whole abdomen. So two main focuses is focusing the mind on good open posture and relaxed full breathing. And as you know, we have a couple other techniques. If the monkey mind is really busy, it's called the monkey mind because it bounces all over the place. So as you know, we can count the breaths in our mind mentally. So we have two basic strategies for that. One is just counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 over and over again. So when you breathe in your mind, you count 1. When you breathe out in your mind, you count 2. Breathing in, mentally you say 1. Breathe out, mentally you say 2. And you just repeat 1, 2, 1, 2 with your breathing. That's an extra tool to help focus the mind. So if you're really daydreaming or your mind is really scattered more than usual, counting the breaths is a bit anchored for the mind, helps you stay more focused. Then, as you also know, the other counting technique is instead of going 1, 2, 1, 2, you count 1 to 10. Breathing in is 1, breathing out is 2, breathing in is 3, breathing out is 4, in is 5, out is 6. And you do the best you can to focus on posture, your breathing, and the counting. Try to focus all of your attention on those 3 things: posture, breathing, and counting. And then you can do 1 to 10 several times, each time trying to get clearer and better focused on the counting and the breathing. So those are techniques you've been exposed to. I have another technique for you. It's also really good for helping to focus and calm the mind and relax the body, and also make sure you're breathing nice and deep. So this other technique is also a counting technique. And it is counting 1 to 4 during each breath. Of course, again, that's still mentally, not counting out loud. If you're really distracted, you can count louder in your head. You can count as loud or softly in your head as you need to help you focus. So this one is counting 1, 2, 3, 4 as I breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4 as I breathe out. So if I give an example, as I breathe in, counting in my mind 1, 2, 3, 4 as I breathe in, and then breathing out is 1, 2, 3, 4. I breathe in through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. I breathe out either through the nose or the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in is always through the nose. Breathing out can be through the nose or the mouth. So you count as slow as you need to match your breathing. And as you relax and settle, your breathing will get slower and longer. Your counting gets slower. And it's a good way to help you have nice, good, deep breaths and to make your in-breath and out-breath pretty equal and even. So let's try that. So on your own, as you breathe in, you count 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go as fast as you need to or as slow as you need to match your breath. And when you breathe out, you count mentally 4. Okay, so let's try that for a few moments. For this whole time, good posture, and eyes are softly looking a little bit down. Counting to 4 on in-breath, counting to 4 on the out-breath. So we'll go. Using your belly, not just your chest. Okay. Slowly coming up. Standing. Check your breathing is still in your belly. Get through a few of those in the standing. Breathing in for a count of 4. Belly expanding. Breathing out for a count of 4. Belly sinking back in. Good. Let your hands drop. Bend your knees. Turn the hips. Not really shifting the weight yet. Make sure those knees are bent a little bit. Relax those arms, then a little wider, horse stance, then shift the weight. And then we can turn a little further and turn on the ball of that foot. Shift the weight a bit more and turn a bit more. Shift the weight more, but not leaning, right? So bend into that knee, sink into that hip. And look behind you. Good. Now the alternate hip turn where you turn to the empty leg. Bend those legs, relax the abdomen. Let those arms be swung around for you. And then long stance forward, swinging the arms forward and back. Use the ground, move your weight. Back stays nice and straight, so watch that you're not leaning. Use those legs. Relax those arms. Good. Long stance the other way. And relax those arms. Big circular shape with the arms. And at the waist. Arch to the back corner, equal stretch through both arms. Heels close, bend the knees, hip circles getting bigger and bigger. Try to scrape the walls with your hips. And come to center, start the other way, start small, each circle gets a little bigger. Until you're almost touching the walls with the hips in all directions. Side, front, other side, back. Good, rolling shoulders. And away. Good, swing the arm sideways, lifting one knee then the other. And then lifting the knees higher. And then up and down with the arms. And shaking the hands, human sprinkler. Bend those knees. Okay, breathe in through the nose. Up through the mouth for 3 drops. Into the nose. Out through the mouth. Once more. Expand the belly. Breathe out. Good. Moving right into some of Charlotte's program. Idle Hinkle. Remember, weight stays in the front leg. You turn on the ball of the front foot. So our hip and our elbows facing our partner. Full turn, weight stays in the front leg, elbows way out, just like Manucci. Palms up. Okay, let's do a few together. So right side forward, Migi. Off line with the front foot. Keep your wrist in front of your center. Full turn. Weight in the right leg, front leg. Okay, together, off line. Kickoff, full turn. Let's do the whole thing on 2 counts. So 1, 2. Make sure you're nice and forward. 1, 2. Okay, now let's do everything on 1 counts. Same side, whole movement on 1 count. 1. Good strong finish. 2. 'Hold and let's see a sharper ready stance. Yeah, bend the front knee. Clear, sharp, ready stance. Just like Titus. Good. 3. Strong forward stance at the end too. At the end, nice strong stance. 4. That's right, Titus. 5. Oh, let's do 1 or 2 more. 6. That's looking better, Senpai. 7. 8. Okay, so one thing, so Charlotte, remember we want to keep that hand in front of our center. Remember why? It's not in front of our center. It's easy for someone to pull us and control our whole body. Someone's grabbing my arm or my wrist and it's out here. They got my whole body. I don't have a lot of strength out here. So when I turn, I don't want to leave the arm out there. So watch my hand and my arm stays in front of my center. Stays in front of my center. It's like you're actually pushing past your center with your arm. So let's do a couple more, and I want to see that come across your center. And hopefully Senpai is doing the same. Okay, set up, same side. Each. Knee. That is better. That's better, Charlotte. Couple more, guys. Oh, and that's a much better starting point. Much better stance. Very good. Tom? Yeah, that's a sharp turn, Titus. And Siler, let's just have you, Siler, let's have you on the other stance, just so everybody's moving the same way. It's a little bit easier for me to keep track of your movement when you're doing that. Let's see a good ready stance. It's also the side I had forward as well, right? Yeah, that's a good forward stance, Siler. That's right. Cheat. Go. Sharp turn. Senpai, it's looking better. Okay, let's do the other side. Hidari. Forward stance. Let's break it down just a little bit. Front foot comes offline, but the arm goes in front of the center and a full tenkon. Elbows way out. Yeah, you can practice that with me. So front foot comes offline, tenkon. Elbows in front, just like Minucci. Okay, let's count that out. 2 steps, 2 counts. 1, 2, forward stance. That's a good turn, Odin. 1, 2. Okay, whole move on 1 count. Forward stance. 1. Forward stance. 2. Finish in a forward stance. 3. 4. That's pretty good, Charlotte. Make sure front knee stays bent at the end, too. Let's see you ready, Senpai. 5. Charlotte, very good. Charlotte, I really like the way you're making sure your foot comes off line first. So remember, Senpai, to do that too. Charlotte, you did a really good job at remembering to get that front foot out of the way first. Move the front foot out of the way, then you turn. So I'm really glad you remembered that, Charlotte. It's very good. Okay, let's do a little bit more. That's right, guys. Very good. 6. 7. That's right, Senpai. It's coming together. 8. Okay. Now, Charlotte, let's make sure that we're still doing good with the rules. Hachiwaza, so from standing. My, front, ukemi, falling. Front falling from standing. So ready stance. Point the elbow in the direction you're going. Put the wheel on the floor. Head in the wheel. Slowly push off. Roll on the outside of that wheel. Senpai, watch out that you don't bend the elbow and go to your shoulder. Use the rim, full rim of the wheel, the entire rim. And make sure also you don't go too much over the head. It's on the outside of the wheel. Sometimes I'm seeing some of the senpai kind of going a little bit too vertical. You'll be on the side and make sure your elbow doesn't collapse. Use the whole rim. Okay, so Charlotte looks like this. Ready, stance, touch your waza, touch down. Come up in the same stance. Okay, so this is review for everybody. So go ahead and do a few on one side, then a few on the other, and I'll watch. Dozo. Try to get all the steps in there. I'm really going to watch Senpai for all those details I just mentioned. That's right, Charlotte. You finished with the correct side too. Yeah, it's a good idea, Senpai, to go that way. All right, good job, Odin. Looks smooth. Good, Tyler had good extension at the end when he came up. That's right, Charlotte, good finish. You got it, Charlotte. How about Charlotte, one more on that same side, okay? Good finish, Charlotte. So now, Charlotte, let's do the other side. Do a few on the other side. Take your time. Yeah, nicely done, Odin. Good. Make sure your chin is tucked early and stays tucked to the end. And Senpai, you can make sure you're working both sides now, okay? Okay, Senpai, you can take a little rest for a moment. I would like to show, okay, Charlotte, that's a good finish. Now, Charlotte, I want to mention one thing, okay? You're doing everything exactly the way we want to do it. Now, the only thing is now, don't go down on this knee, okay? Because then that's what makes us from standing. So you're starting from standing, and then you're kneeling down, and then it's a kneeling roll. So do everything except don't put that back knee down. You just do it from bending over like that. So not putting that back knee down, but doing it from here. If you need to put the knee down first and then come back up, that's okay, you can do that. Or don't put that back knee down at all. Right from there. So that back knee will come up when you do the roll. Okay, let's see you do a few of those. Okay, Senpai, please continue. That's right, Charlotte, more like that. So that's what's the difference for the standing, from the standing and the kneeling. So Titus, I just want you to tuck your chin more at the end. Keep your chin tucked at the end for Titus. Very good, Odin. That's a good tuck with the chin. Okay, so Charlotte, make sure it's the front knee and front elbow, okay? So I don't want to have the back arm forward, it's the front arm. Same knee, same elbow in front. Charlotte, you work on that. That's it. Well done, Charlotte. Okay, Senpai, we're just going to do this for another minute or so. What I'd like you to work on is front roll right into back roll, just so that you're doing something a little bit different. Okay, just for another minute or so while I watch Charlotte a bit more. So Senpai will do a front roll into a back roll. It'll be up to you when you do the back roll, do you keep the legs the same or do you bring the back leg through? Because those are two different ways. You can pick. You can do either way. Front roll smoothly into a back roll. Good finish, Charlotte. Yeah, bend that front knee. That's right. Senpai, good roll. That's right, Senpai. Let's see a couple more, Charlotte. Good. Now, Charlotte, let's see if on the other side, rolling on the other side. Very good, Charlotte. And Senpai, make sure you're starting on the other side too. Work both sides. Good finish, Charlotte. Good finish. Bend that front knee. Charlotte, let's do one more. Charlotte, you got the idea. Very, very good. So try to practice those on your own, okay? But you've got all the points, you got all the details, you know what's going on with that. Very good. Okay. Senpai's program. So Charlotte, we're gonna do some palm heel strikes, starting with the horse stance. Remember, we use the horse stance for training because that helps us really to learn to use the hips and the legs and build strong hips and legs. Here, so we learn that the arm goes out because of the hip turn and the weight shift. So fingers pull back, thumb at the side, straight fingers or bent. Using this part, see if I can show right to the camera this part here. Heel of the palm, not the palm, because that's going to bend the hand back and hurt the wrist. Right here at the palm. Solid. If you bang those together, yeah, you got it. Bang those together. Charlotte, you can feel how solid that is. If I go to a wall, solid. That's very solid. Bottom of the palm. Okay, remember, Senpai, you bring this hip back, not only pushing this hip forward, but also pulling this hip back. That makes a faster, sharper strike. Forward, but also pulling back with the other hip. So let's try that slow. Remember, the target's right in front, not going where the hips are going out to the side, out to the corner, but right in front. So you're shifting the weight all the way and turning the hips to get the targets right in front of your center line. Coming underneath the nose. Yeah, Odin, let's see more weight shift. Big weight shift. Remember, you pull that hip back, and that brings the hand back to the ribs. Bring the hands back to the ribs. That's all happening because of the hip coming back. Breathe out when you strike. And the elbow, of course, is pointing down, right? Just like Manucci, not out here. Let's see a good weight shift, Senpai. Oh, Odin, we need to have a weight shift there. Weight shift, Odin. Okay, let's do this together. So Odin, I want you to watch my weight shift and do it with me. Weight shift, weight shift, weight shift. In those legs. So Odin, follow me. More weight shift side to side, Odin. Okay. Yeah, bend that knee. Okay, here, bend your right knee. There you go. Bend your left knee here. Right knee is bent, left knee is bent. Shift the weight to the right, shift the weight to the left. More weight shift. Odin, bend the knee more. More weight shift. Ready stance with the guard. Protecting the jaw, face, protecting the ribs, stomach. So elbows forward, just like Manucci. Lead hand. I shift the weight forward and turn the hips. Shift the weight forward, turn the hips. Same idea. One hip pushes forward, but also the other hip pulls back. Pulls back. That makes a much sharper, crisper strike. Through the target and back. Through the target and back. All the way out, but not locking the elbow. Can you do that, Charlotte? Yes, that's a good hip turn, Charlotte. Yeah, that's a good guard, Titus. The other side. Shift the weight forward, turn the hips. Shift forward, turn the hips. Big hip turn. You're really clear about your target. Under the nose. Bend those legs, Odin. Okay, shift stance. 1, 2. Lead hand, rear hand. Lead hand, rear hand. Turn the hips, turn the hips. Okay, not the arms, right? It's not patty cake. Turn the hips, turn the hips. Yeah, and Charlotte, bend your knees more. Drop your weight. That's it. Yeah, that's very sharp. Very good, Titus. Switch stance. Lead hand, rear hand. Remember when you send out the lead hand, other hand's protecting. When you send out rear hand, other hand's protecting. Bend your legs, turn the hips. So Odin, get your guard up a bit more. Protect the jaw. That's the idea, Charlotte. Okay, switch stance. Lead hand, rear hand, lead hand. 1, 2, 3. 3 hip turns. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Coming back to the guard each time. Each, knee, san. Each, knee, san. Each, knee, san. Now 3 strikes on 1 count. Each, knee, san. Okay, switch stance. Lead hand, rear hand, lead hand. It's all hips. Each, knee, san. Same target right in front. Each, knee, san. Go through the target. Each, knee, san. 3 strikes, 1 count. Each. Turn the hips. Knee, san. Chi. Oh, good. Switch stance. Slide in, slide back. So senpai, as you know, we're gonna go right in and right out. We could also choose Irimi Sugiyashi, right? We've talked about this before. Irimi Sugiyashi. We can come offline. But we also have the option of coming right in, straight in. And we do that in the Kumitachi, right? Straight in or straight into the abdomen. So sometimes we go straight in, sometimes we come offline. For this, we're going straight in through Irimi entry. So that's going to be lead hand. I slide step forward, shift the weight, turn the hips to get the full reach. And then I slide back. I slide in, turn the hips. Remember, this goes forward, but also this just as much comes back. Really strong. Send that out. Still guarding here. But slide in, turn the hips, and slide back. Okay, here we go. Each and back. Knee and back. On. Chi. Hold. Rope. Switch stance. Slide in, turn my hips to get full reach and penetration. Slide back. Slide in, turn the hips, slide back. Each. Knee. Off. Knee. Hold. So Odin, we want to see a full slide step. By full slide step, I mean both legs, both feet move. So not just the front. We want a deeper movement. Slide step in, slide step back. Each. That's it. Knee. That's right, Odin. Stop. Very good. Switch stance. 2 counts, 2 strikes. I slide in, lead hand, rear hand, I slide back. I slide in, turn the hips, guard, come back. Each, knee, those hips, on, she. That's right, Charlotte. Go. Turn those hips, Odin. Roke. Teach. Touch. With that, slide in, lead hand, rear hand, slide back. Slide in, turn the hips, guard, slide back. Each, knee, knees bent, on, she, whoa, rope, teach. Okay, remember to keep the chin down. Okay, stop for a moment. You can take a little rest. Watch, this is going to be a problem. Watch my head and my chin. Right? Too exposed, too open. I drop the chin to protect the jaw and also protect the throat. If my head goes up and back, it's real easy for my jaw, my chin to get hit, and even my throat is exposed. So if you notice in boxing, they always have their chin down a little bit so that their shoulders are protecting their chin and their jaw, and they don't get punched in the throat. So, especially senpai, remember, don't have your head up and your chin raised. Keep your chin down a little bit. It's almost like the very first part of a roll. We start to tuck the chin. So chin is down. Okay, here we go. Ready? So 2 strikes, slide in, 2 strikes, slide back. Each, chin down, knee, stop. Good. Switch stance. It's going to be 3 strikes. I slide in, lead hand, rear hand, lead hand. I slide back. I slide in, hip turn, hip turn, hip turn. I slide back. I slide in, chin down, and protecting the jaw. Ready? Each, 1, 2, 3, slide back. Knee, 1, 2, 3, slide back. Chin down, thumb, 1, 2, 3, slide back. Knee, slide in, 1, 2, 3, slide back. Go, 1, 2, 3, slide back. Rope, chin down, feet. Switch stance. Slide in, 1, 2, 3, slide back. Slide in, hip turn, hip turn, hip turn, slide back. Chin down. Each, 2, 3. Knee, 1, 2, 3. On, 1, 2, 3. Knee, 1, 2, 3. Rope. Rope. Okay, now 5 strikes. We're going to stay stationary. For the test, for demonstration, we do it from here. We could do the slide in, 1, 2, 3, and slide out. That'd be totally fine and totally good to do. But at least right now, we'll simply, just from where we are, emphasize on speed and power. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, speed and power. Make sure you keep all the good form details, not bleeding out through the side with your elbow. And maybe another time we could step in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really quick. But right now, break from a good stance so we can really just focus on strong hip turning, because what happens when we start to go really fast is we let the hips go. Forget about the hips and we just do the hands. But then it's like patty cake. It's like playing patty cake with someone. It's not going to be effective. It's center body. You want to make sure that we're using those hips. Okay, so you can go as fast and as hard as you want, as long as you're not leaning and you're keeping all the good details in good form. So on 1 count, it's 5 strikes. Lead hand, rear hand, lead hand, rear hand, lead hand. Ready? Each. Knee. Turn the hips. San. Chi. Switch stance. Switch stance. Bend your knees. Be ready to turn your hips. Okay, switch stance. Make sure you switch stance. Ready? Each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. San. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chi. Go. Charlotte, very good. That was good speed. Okay, misogi. Breathing in from your center, expanding out. Breathe out, settle back to your center. Breathe in, expanding out from your center like a star. Breathe out, settle back to your center. Breathe in, open, expanding. Breathe out, settling to your center. Relax. Okay, let's bow out.
どうもありがとうございます。